the Mulholland era, 1904 to 1945. Mary Mulholland was born in 1842. Miss Mulholland took nursing training in Boston. She went on with her training, stopping just 3 months short of becoming a medical doctor. She met Mrs. White in Boston. It is believed that Mrs. Mulholland's reason for coming to Sunny Point is that she vacationed there with the Whites, then stayed to take care of Mr. White when he became ill. After his death in 1895, she remained with Mrs. White at Sunny Point. In January 1904, a few days before her death, Charlotte White conveyed Sunny Point to Mary Mulholland. However, Mrs. Mulholland was unable to keep the estate intact. In 1914, she began selling lots for residential purposes, and by 1936, at least 7 other homes stood on what was once known as Sunny Point. It is said that Mrs. Mulholland sacrificed so much to hold what she could and did her best to keep it beautiful. Mrs. Mulholland never went back to nursing after the passing of Mrs. White because she herself was in her 60s by then. A friend recalled that Mrs. Mulholland would go quietly among the poor and used her knowledge and skill to help them. She never refused a call from them. After the outbreak of World War I, Mrs. Mulholland became active in the Putnam County Red Cross chapter. Serving as vice president in 1917, she allowed the Red Cross to use the east wing of her home as a workroom. On October 4, 1935, Mary Mulholland passed away in Palatka. Mary Mulholland's possessions of Sunny Point passed on to Elmira Rivera, who she had adopted as a child. Mrs. Mulholland stated, "She lived with me in my home in Palatka from the time she was a little girl until she was a young lady, and has become a great help and assistance to me and has done me many acts of kindness." Miss Riviero had become a teacher in Jacksonville, Florida, and was unable to live in Palatka. She had the shutters bolted and the furniture moved to Jacksonville, but still allowed the Red Cross to meet in the home and continue service activities through World War II. Elmira owned the home for 10 years and sold it in 1945. The house changed hands many times over the years, even becoming apartments at one point, until the city of Palatka bought the home in January 1965. They wanted to demolish the home since it was in such a state of disrepair. Luckily, in 1972, the Historical Society, who had been petitioning to save the house, was able to add it to the National Registry of Historical Places. The Historical Society now does tours of the home. It depends on donations and wedding venue rentals to raise money for the upkeep of the home.